as people start to come in, we give it a little while for more people to come in. If anybody wants to leave a comment in the chat, let's talk, y'all. Who's around? Who's here? Leave some comments. Let's talk. We had an outrageously good live stream earlier today, and I just had to do it again. Rita. What up, girl? So, do you have any questions that I didn't get to last time that we want to just touch base on right now? When a bunch of people come in here, I'm going to make a announcement. Yeah. So, one second, I got to do something, guys. How are you all? What's on your mind? Hope you're all doing well. I just like different questions, talking to people and getting to know them, and it's really the best. But I have to check something, so hold on. Hello, everyone. No, I like listening. Okay, Rita. Cool. So we have some people in here. You know what? Maybe I'll make this announcement at the end. I don't know. But if anybody's in here that wants to start commenting or have any questions, that's usually what we go off. I did Raziel earlier. I haven't broken down anything else. I've been rereading my 4th book because then I have to reread my 5, 6, 7 book. I already reread 8, just so that I'm all caught up with what happened through the series so that I can continue and write book 9. Because believe it or not, you forget what you write sometimes if it's been a while. It's not like a song, which is 3 minutes long. You know, these are 250 pages worth of your thoughts. So, how are you all? Where are you all coming in from? What's been going on today, guys? Have you caught any news? Has there been anything in the news you want to talk about, or just in general? Sounds like there's a crazy person next door, right? Stepdaughter. She's the best. HT5SS is here. What up? Biden gave the okay to bomb Russia. They're going to try and do everything. And at the same time, Anthony Blinken. Was it Blinken? I don't think it was Blinken. Someone came out and said that until Trump takes office, they're going to spend every dollar that they can get their hands on to send it to Ukraine. It's money laundering, guys. Biden gave the okay to bomb Russia. They're desperate. They need war. I heard that too. Yeah, they need war. They need to pay all these war hawks, you know? Peace is not profitable. Susan is here. Definitely money laundering. Yeah. And then it gets kicked back to them, and then it goes untraced. Zelensky has millions and millions and millions. The Bidens get kicked back millions and millions. It's money laundering. And everybody knows this. And that's why nobody wants to deal with it anymore. How do you know if a spiritual channel is a sellout? Everybody offers products, but people don't push it onto people. If the spiritual channel has products and they're shoving it down your throat 24 hours a day, I'm not saying you can't promote. I'm just saying is that if you see a spiritual, well, you'll get a lot in the comments too. You'll be able to read the comments and just see the general feed. Because do you remember, was it like 2 years or 3 years ago, guys, when they got rid of the dislike button on YouTube? Because it was too telling, and all the major news operations were getting tons more dislikes than likes. And they tried to hide that and make it go away. And then they send distractions. How do you know if a spiritual channel is a sellout? Everybody gets like a collective idea at the same time. It's sort of like a group awakening to someone. Be like, nah, he's not good anymore. Or just in general. The best people out there have products for you, but do not force them down your throat or like beg you to send them money or get it. Like the Real Damn Podcast and John Keane. Like the Real Damn Podcast is a perfect example. The dude does tarot and everything, but he also steals people's money and doesn't provide services. Hold on a sec, guys. Wait. Ever heard of the Gateway tapes? No. The Gateway tapes? I'm not familiar. Let me know. You don't have to sell real information, and you should give that away if it's real. I have products, Rita, but I don't have I don't gatekeep. There are ways you can support me, and I'm going to talk about a new one towards the end when everyone's in the chat. But I don't have a Patreon or a paywall with secret information. I'm doing something that I don't think anybody on the planet has ever done, and I'm not the only astrotheologist, so I don't think I'm the only one that knows things. But to the extent that I've gone through all of these books and found it, I think I'm the only one that's ever found it this deep. And I couldn't live with myself if I charged people for this. There are ways to support people. Rick says, have you ever? I don't know what you mean by that. Gateway Experience. It's binaural beats from Monroe Institute. I had the opportunity to go on a course to Monroe 20 years back, but I didn't go. Wish I had. Do you guys know what binaural beats are? Binaural beats, and I talk about this in my fourth book. In fact, I just reread the section where I was talking about it. What they do is they put not earplugs, but like earbuds in each ear. And one ear is a frequency. and the other one is a slightly different frequency. And what they do is they trigger your mind. They trigger your mind to set you in a cathartic state. Now, there's crazy things that they can do too. I'll give you an example. If I were to put earbuds in your ears and played static, and then I took a ping pong ball and I cut it in half, and I duct taped it, or I taped it over your eyes while you're listening to static, you would have a serious hallucination. They've done all this kind of studies where they do this kind of stuff. Binaural beats are interesting. Usually they help lower blood pressure. They help do a lot of things, but it's dangerous. There's a song out there called Weightless by a band called Marconi Union, and it is the most relaxing song that has ever been created. It puts your brain in very deep states of relaxation. In fact, it's so dangerous that you can't play it in the car because you'll crash. Wait, what else do we got here? Hold on. No, not you, but some of the big churches online and off. Yeah. The prosperity gospel, right? Fuck those guys. Like your Joel Osteens, your Benny Hinn's, your Kenneth Copeland's, your Joyce Meyer, your Beth Moore's, I can go on. I know them all. They're all assholes. They talk about planting seeds. It's called, it's a prosperity gospel. You plant your seed, you donate money, and that's a seed of your faith, and the money's supposed to come back to you, but it never does. When you listen to it, it's simply as a Kundalini awakening. Yeah, I just went over that, HT5SS. If everything is based on astrology and astrotheology, the planets, constellation, etc., then would that mean that we are predestined to be born on certain dates? It's not that you're predestined to be born on certain dates. It's that before you come down here, you choose your parents, because you need to learn certain life lessons through them on Earth. I know it sounds crazy, but this has been studied before. When you're born, you get a birth. I had a birth chart reading when I was born. My mom did one. She didn't do it for me, but she had it done. You're not predestined to be born on certain dates, but the date that you're born and the planets do affect your personality, your sense of self, things of that nature. And you need to get to the point in life where you evolve and you understand that astrology is important, and to get a reading. And when you get a reading, it shows you your future, what could be. And then it's your decision whether to manifest that and fulfill it or turn the other way. All right, so I don't do earbuds coded. Melissa, you know what I meant. I meant either or. I know that earbuds are horrible for you. I get it. But I just meant, what I meant was, look, if I play a song right now on my phone, I'm listening to the song. But when you have earbuds in, and I don't care if they're, when I said earbuds, I didn't even say wireless. I just said earbuds of whatever. Beats by Dre or whatever you want to use. One side takes certain parts of the music, and the other side takes other parts of the music. And if you ever want to try to figure that out, take one of them off, listen, and then put the other one on and listen. It's two different sounds: the bass, the treble, the lyrics, the piano, or whatever. They come together to form the song. But when you're just listening to it and both ears are paying attention to that like that, you're not going to get any of that. And it's the same with binaural beats. You can't play binaural beats like that. People who are hard of hearing, for example, or deaf in one ear like I am, binaural beats don't work on them. I was listening to David Oates' reverse speech channel yesterday. He was reversing speech of all TV preachers. The truth is in all our speech when reversed. Well, reverse speech is something called, in music, it's something called backmasking. And we've seen that before. Like, if you listen to Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time, when she comes to that part and she says, you know, I lose my mind, give me a sign, hit me baby one more time. If you play that backwards, it's her saying, sleep with me, I'm not too young. And you can find all these backmasked lyrics. They do it for Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. That's probably the biggest one that they've ever figured out how to do. But supposedly, there's the community, the audio community, the psychology community. They're not completely understanding of whether or not it actually affects people, but they do it anyway. Because remember, reversing it, everything, that's satanic, right? You don't know what goes on when they make an album. The record executives and people that they're with, they have a big party and they cast a spell on it, on the record, before they send it out. They do this all the time. Elizabeth, hey, you are back. What music are you talking about? I'm not really sure which one you're mentioning. We were just talking about binaural beats. We were talking about backmasking, which is when you play a song reverse. You can do that better when you slowly turn the turntable backwards. So if you have a vinyl album, you can go to Google and type backmasking examples, and they'll give you a ton, and you can play them. And it sounds scary when it's played in reverse. Did a spa float in 10 inches of Epsom salt water? Was wild and so relaxing. Float tanks are great. Float tanks are expensive, but if you wanted to go use one, they're fantastic. See what they do when you're in a float. It's basically like a pod, right? It's a pod, and you get in with your bathing suit, and you get in with your slippers or your water shoes if you have them. And what it is it's body temperature. The water is body temperature. So when you're lying down in this tiny bit of water, they close the pod over you. It's pitch black, and you're lying there floating in a teeny bit of water that is your body temperature, and it distorts the senses completely. They do this a lot of times this is a positive way to do it, a spa, but they do this a lot of time when they put people in like 55 gallons drums and poke air holes at the top. You're floating in this water until all your senses are desensitized. I purchased whole tone, 7 different frequencies in order, and it's amazing. Interesting. What does it do, Rita? Does it do what I say? Does it calm you down? Does it slow your heart rate? What do you think about the ice wall theory? Oh, I pray it's real. You guys ever see those maps of like beyond the ice wall, all these lands? Like, I would love if that was real, but I don't know. My 5th book, they go to Antarctica, and I talk about stuff. I don't want to give anything away, but the ice wall could be very real, as in Antarctica. Instead of it being a continent, it's the ice wall that surrounds the world. Supposedly, if you go beyond it, there's more. Oh, we just did that. Melissa. Free spirit. Holy crap, I can't keep up with you, my love. So glad I finally caught a live. I'm going to start going live all the time, guys. All the time. We're going to talk about my books. We're going to talk about my merch. We're going to talk about whatever you guys have. You're throwing me questions, and I'm answering them. Now, if I don't know something, I'm flat out going to tell you guys I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that's going to make something up. But I do have a pretty good base knowledge of a lot of things. So I like the questions you guys have, and you guys are an incredible group of people because you're asking me the kind of questions that I come here hoping for. I took a clip of a friend speaking about passing a joint around in a group and reversed. He clearly said fire in the mouth. We are all subject that the reverse speech law, part of being here. So then it gets buried into your subconscious, then the 51 project. But then how do you know it's there? Has it ever come up to manifest? For example, Helter Skelter with Charles Manson, right? The race riots that he was trying to create. Um, are there messages in there? That's right. That's where it's at. Detecting those kind of things active in your environment. Chainsaw Erickson. I like it. Yes, healing. So how did you know what your assignment was to do on Earth? I had no idea what I was doing with my life. In high school, I was an actor. High school and early college, I was an actor and I was an Abercrombie store model. And I thought that was like the hottest shit in the world. I'm from New York, and I just thought that was so cool. I was so dumb. Um, when I turned at my Saturn return, I discovered Santos Bonacci and astrotheology, and that spoke to me. Now, a lot of people never find their gift, but Picasso says the meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. I love it. I think that's it. I think that's it. Now, not everybody finds their gift, but your gift could also be like raising a family too. It doesn't have to be something wild and esoteric. It's not for everybody. I'm just one of the lucky ones that just figured out what I'm really, really, really good at. Um, you don't have to be frustrated though, because everything comes in due time. You ever see those articles about like Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65 and things of that nature? Life throws You can't figure life out like that. I mean, things happen in due time, Elizabeth. You get signs. There's things that you're just drawn to. The social cataclysm has already started. Call it Lewin or Sheen's theory. Sheik, in what way do you mean that? Sheik, you're still attached to the Quran, by the way. I have the Hadith somewhere. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet. These are all teaching similar things in different ways, and people are fighting with them because they think like the Christians hate the Jews and the Jews hate the Muslims and the Muslims hate. They're all connected. They just don't know it. You have to expose the truth about them. Your thoughts on the moon being a picture of the world, an X-ray of all the lands. Chief Ironbush did a show on this. I am not. Okay, so Chief Ironbush was on with Archaics, and everyone tells me to keep seeing the episode. In fact, that was the episode where I was brought up to Archaics, and which is why I'm going on Archaics in 9 days. I don't know enough about this, but I from what I gather, Chief Ironbush is a solid dude with a great name. $59 for 1 hour float and a 10-minute oxygen bar, well worth it versus the other crap I buy. Hell yeah, Melissa. That is worth it, and that's cheaper than it is in a lot of places. Is the dark web controlled by the CIA? Excellent question. I don't know, but it's very involved in it. Look what they did to Ross Ulbricht with what was his website called? Something Road. I can't remember it, guys. Any of you remember it? Silk Road. That was it. Silk Road. Silk Road, where he got 2 life sentences for creating a website where people could just freely change things. And now they're going to pardon him in this new administration. The CIA definitely does stuff on the dark web. Absolutely. They set people up. Is it completely controlled? I don't think so. I don't know. I would ill advise any of you to go on the dark web, though. And I'm not saying that you should use Google. I'd rather use the Brave browser. But they definitely have stuff to do. They definitely follow up on the dark web. The dark web is so massive. The internet that we think, you type in like God in Google and like 100 million articles come up, literally. That is a fraction of what the dark web actually entails. So let's see if we have any other questions. All right, let me show you guys. We got a bunch of people in the chat right now. Let me show you guys something. Again, remember we were talking about I can't make you do it, but I want to show you. If you go to, scroll all the way up to the beginning of this chat. I'll re-put it here. rebelpatriotdesigns.com. If you go there, I have teamed up with my friend Janet, Rebel Patriot Designs, and I have a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a hat. And that's another way for you guys to support me. And the hoodie's $45, the t-shirt's $25, and the hat's $25. I'm not looking to burn you guys with like a $150 Gucci hoodie. And if you guys want to support me, rebelpatriotdesign.com is another way to do so. And the links will be on my website when I get off this live stream. Tell us a secret we're not supposed to know. My girl is here. She wants to know a secret we're not supposed to know. The Vatican created Islam to get Jerusalem back from the Jews. But Islam grew too wild, and they were no longer to be able to be captured, which is why you'll see pictures of the Pope kissing the Quran, which is why you'll hear about the word Chrislam, which is when they're trying to merge these religions because they're trying to bury that. And in my second book, I talk about Alberto Rivera, the Jesuit priest who was really high up in the Vatican, who left and spoke about this. And Lucy, if you want other types of secrets, wait till we get offline. Thank you, sweetie, for being here. Those look absolutely amazing. Thank you, Free Spirit. I'm going to leave it up for a little bit. If you guys are interested. Melissa. My God. I'm going to make this so easy, is that if you want to support me, all the stuff that you can do to support me is going to be on my website, debunkmywork.com. My books are there. So it's debunkmywork.com. And I named it that, not to be cheeky, but to be honest, because I went into this astrotheology looking to be debunked. And years passed, and years passed, and years passed, and not one person can give me a counter argument. You know what they always say? You're worshiping the creation, not the creator. Well, you don't have to worship anything. This is not about that. They were telling stories metaphorically. Todd is here. Hello, mister. Sometimes Todd gets in with the comments, and sometimes when I go on Facebook and look at my live video on Facebook, the post, sometimes the comments are there. So, Todd, I'm glad you're in the chat this time. So what else is going on in your world, guys? Oh. Tell us a secret we're not supposed to know. How about another one? How about the fact that it just came out that aliens do exist and civilizations live in the ocean? We've mapped out about 4 to 5% of the ocean. That's it. We can see things like in the Mariana Trench, for example, which is the deepest part. We see what's down there. But there's like an Aquaman underworld civilization in the water. And it's just starting to come out in Congress, and no one's talking about it. Have you guys heard that? That came out today. Have you guys heard that disclosure? So what else is new, guys? What else? What else is on your mind? Let me know what's going on. I'll remove this for now and put it back on later. I just wanted to share so that you guys can see. No, that's not it. Hold on. I just lost the page. Hold on. There it is. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. Hold on. What else is going on, guys? What else is new, guys? I'll fuck with this later. Okay. You guys have any questions or anything? I'm waiting. Looking for questions. No, I got a bunch of people here and no questions. That's not like you guys. Is my internet on? Check my internet. Hold on. Oh, I still have the Gematria up from earlier. My background on my computer is a picture of me and a cardboard cutout of Ken Ham from the Art Museum. I don't know why. Let's see, is the internet down? What the fuck's going on here? Oh, there we go. It's working now. Here we go. What is your take on the Moors? I see so much pop up on that these days. Do a little research into the history from the 9th till the 12th century. Everything you need is right there. They talk about the Moors in Shakespeare, too. In Romeo and Juliet. Amongst other things, they talk about the Moors. Thank you, handsome. You're welcome. I have a stepdaughter now, so we've been watching a lot of kids' movies, and I keep watching Moana, and the songs are in my head. So the Vatican created Islam, and the Jews, you could say Jew, Rita. I swear to God, it's okay. So the Vatican created Islam, and the Jews claim they created Christianity. And we wonder why we can't get along. Well, the Jews did create Christianity. Let's go through this. The Jews wrote the Old Testament and said that they were the chosen people. Then Jews, remember, there were no Christians that wrote the New Testament. These were Jews that wrote the New Testament because there wasn't Christianity before Christianity. So the Jews wrote in Greek the New Testament, and they made the Christian Savior a Jew, written in a book by Jews, saying that they're the chosen people. And the Muslims think Jesus is one of the greatest prophets that ever lived. They dedicate a chapter to him and his mother, Miriam, as she's called. I don't know if they dedicate a chapter to Jesus. I know they dedicate a chapter to Mother Mary. But they do talk about Jesus too. He's supposed to come back during the end war. And he's one of Islam's strongest prophets. They're all fucking connected. They were all created by the Jews. They're all connected. I don't understand why they hate each other. They're all connected. It's nonsense. So Rita, I hope that helps a little bit. Now, Todd is glad to be here. Inner Earth populations. You're talking about maybe Antarctica and like Agartha. You guys heard of Agartha? Do a little deep dig into Agartha. Inner Earth populations were things like the Homo capensis, which is the elongated skulls that you see in Egypt with the hat coverings. David Wilcock used to talk about that back in the day. The Eagle 33 is facing left, right, west, and east. Sheik, with these non-sequiturs, I like that you're here, Sheik. You give me a new point of view to look at, but I'm not really sure where you're going with that. Is this the Nazi eagle? Is this the eagle on the dollar bill? Because the dollar bill's eagle is not an eagle, it's a phoenix. I have heard they fly in and out of the Mariana Trench. We were just talking about that. And you can access hell realms below, possibly. Don't know. Been following you for past 2 years, and I'm amazed with all you discovered, and all makes sense. Melissa, thank you for that and for confirming that I'm not crazy. I appreciate that. And I do see your name all over the place all the time. I don't know, maybe pick up a hat. If you want to support me, a hat, a book, a flash drive, whatever you want to do. I wanted to get things that you could wear all the time, like a hoodie. You can wear that 5 days in a row. A hat, you can wear that 750 days in a row. The t-shirt, you can only really wear once a day, but you need to get a t-shirt too. But I'm not doing things. I'm not putting pens up there, coffee cups, flavored condoms, just shit that people sell. I'm not doing any of that. Just very simple stuff to show your support. If you guys love me like Melissa loves me, maybe try and get something. Is the congressional hearing continuing? I did not see that. It happened earlier, AA. It happened earlier. They were talking about it. There's absolute. Look at the pyramid. Look at this. You guys see how there's like pyramids and like pyramids and other sorts of things that show previous civilizations in the water, nowhere near anything, no landmass or anything, right? Because pyramids are formed on land masses, but a pyramid is not a landmass. I mean, it is a landmass, but you can't live on it. So you have Earth, then a pyramid, but underground, under the water, you have the pyramid, and where's the land? So are there civilizations down there? Makes sense, right? Do. What do you mean, honey? Oh, I see. It's a two-part question. Okay. Apparently, the way the eagle looks denotes in ancient Rome whether there was war or peace. That is true. That is true, the 51 Project. Absolutely. That is true. It's the difference between the left and the right. Absolutely. Ancient Rome, whether there was war or peace. I see Biden has now allowed deep missile strikes into Russian with US ATACM missiles. This place is insane. This place is insane. This place is absolutely insane. But you know what they're doing? They know that they're elitism and all that stuff is collapsing. So what they're doing is they're trying to destroy and cover everything up. I just posted an article the other day of, well, you know what? I don't want to give you wrong information, so I want to read it to you exactly. So if you bear with me just 2 seconds. Where is that damn post? Here it is. The Department of Defense just bought, and we have the receipt. That's the receipt, guys. The Department of Defense just bought an industrial shredder. Do you know it's illegal to shred documents? You think they're going to get caught? You think anything's going to happen? They're covering their ass. And everything's going to come down. Pedophile rings, abuses, that's going to hit Hollywood. That's going to hit politicians. Why do you think no Epstein names have come out yet? They will. So will the Diddy names. The Diddy thing is disgusting. Do you know Diddy had something called the egg test? And there's a picture online of Russell Brand. You want to talk about a false messiah, whoever was talking about it before earlier? How do you know when a spiritual person is full of shit now? There's a picture of Russell Brand holding an egg with Diddy. Do you know what the egg is? It's called the egg test. What they used to do, what Diddy used to do, first of all, he named his record Bad Boy Company. Who the fuck does that? Bad Boy Entertainment. What they would do when they had like new talent come in is the egg test. They would give them a hard-boiled egg, and they would lube it up, and shove it up the new person's ass. And if that egg broke, they weren't allowed in their little club. So it was only when their asshole loosened enough that the egg could just go in and fall out that they were allowed in the club. Rick Ross, Diddy, Meek Mill. I could just go on and on and on. It's disgusting. Every time something new comes out, I want to fucking vomit. My girl says, you believe in Bigfoot? I don't know. I don't really care for Bigfoot, to be honest with you. You know what I like? I like things that when I discover, they make sense and fall into line. But if everybody who spends their whole life obsessing over Bigfoot, if Bigfoot was real, then what happens? What are we going to do? Eat him like we did the woolly mammoth that we found? What are we going to do with Bigfoot? I don't know. I don't think so. You playing games, Lucy? How long does a congressional hearing last? It depends. It really depends. I don't think there's a set matrix to it. And we have a filibuster, remember. We have a filibuster where people could just read a cookbook for 12 hours to delay things. I'm not really sure how long congressional hearings last. Who is Yaqub? Yaqub is Jacob. I believe that's Sheik. Yaqub is Jacob, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Bigfoot? What about Dogman? There are pictures of St. Christopher pictured as a dogman. I've never heard of Dogman. No, that's not true. I haven't. They made a movie about it called The Shaggy Dog. And I watched it when I was a kid. And I can't remember if it was on Lifetime or something. It was a soft disclosure. It's possible these things are real. I mean, there's so much land that is just unexplored. Have you heard any of Amon Hillman's work? I have not. I don't really have time to get into new people's work, to be honest with you, because I'm so caught up and tied up with my own work. Every day I'm either reading my book, hundreds of pages, or I'm like yesterday with the book of Raziel, and we did it today, and I did a video yesterday. It's so busy. I can't start getting into someone else. I just have to trust that you guys are recommending me good people. And then when I have time one day, I'll go back. Yes, you have questions. Have you looked at the work of 2 Italian scientists who mapped the brain to the universe and found they matched? The quantitative comparison between the neuronal network and the cosmic web. It's as above, so below. A galaxy looks like the iris of an eye. It's as above, so below, absolutely. And the more you look at it, the more you find it, the more you see God. Remember what Heisenberg said, right? Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg with the what was that thing that he did? The cat in the box, Schrodinger's cat. Heisenberg said, your first jump into the natural sciences will make you an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. And that's what we all need to get to. We need to get gnosis without dogma. Hey, bro. What's up, doctor? So star positions at birth might be mapped in the structure of our own brains at the level of neurons. It's very possible. Remember, guys, a baby can be outside of the womb, but unless you cut the umbilical cord and it's breathing on its own, the birth chart begins when you cut the umbilical cord and the baby takes its first breath. That's when the chart begins. The baby can stay outside of the body with an umbilical cord, and that's not the beginning of its birth, believe it or not. We're in a single giant cosmic machine. Thank you. We are. Truly a mishmash of faith. Abraham's religion. Yep. Facts concerning. Melissa will do. Thanks, Melissa. I'll put the website back up in a little bit. Oh, my flavored condition. Yes, many pyramids have been found above and below the water. My second book explains what pyramids actually are, guys. I mean, through a story fashion to make it easy for people to understand, but I explain what the pyramids are and what pyramids do. I'll give you one quick example of what the pyramids do. There was a farmer in the South, I think it was Georgia or Alabama. He had like 20 acres and he had land and he had all this food and he planted all this food, but he had a pyramid on his land too that was open. And he planted in the pyramid. And when it came time to harvest season, he found that inside the pyramid there was four times more than there was outside the pyramid. It's an energy portal. They're energy portals. That's what they are. Russell is a shill. All right, Rita. We're going to be good friends, me and you. Bro, white boys were candy. Yes, Sheik. That's about Yaqub, right? Okay. Look at the Albanian flag in history. After the Civil War, they printed the eagle or called it a Braxis or phoenix onto it. Why is that? I'm not familiar with Albanian history, to be honest with you. But these are phoenixes. They're phoenixes, the phoenix and the eagle. It's the same thing. They have something in the Vatican called the Court of the Pine Cone. The Court of the Pine Cone. And in it, you know what? Fuck it. I'll show you. Hold on. No, I don't want that picture. Go back. This one. That's the money shot right there. Okay, Sheik, check this out. So stop sharing, present, share screen. This is in the Vatican. This is in the fucking Vatican. Do you guys see that? It might be a little small, so zoom in. That is a pine cone. That represents the pineal gland. The Pope's staff has one of them on there too. Quetzalcoatl is holding a pine cone. They're all holding pine cones. You'll notice on either side of the pine cone is flanked by the phoenix. It's all the same story. They're telling you guys all the same story. They're just telling it in different ways and then everybody is fighting over who told it the best. It's crazy. Matrix cheat codes are real, bro. Mm-hmm. Is the Earth much bigger than what we were told? I don't know. I think so. I think the ice wall does exist, and I think there are lands beyond it. There's been plenty of books that have been written about it. But I wouldn't know how to prove that. Great information. Thank you, Bantu Bena Congo. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in. I've never seen you before. Thank you. Second book sounds good about pyramid energy portals. Well, hey, if you have the first book. When you're ready for the second book, let me know. I find it amazing so few people follow this work, which is the most fundamental question that can be asked. The majority of people are completely asleep. Exactly. And they're kept that way on purpose. It's everything from the education system to your parents' dogma to everything. It's so hard to break free from everything. They want to take over minds of men. Yes. Yes, it must be bigger in maps with multiple ice walls. I'll get the book from my astrologer. My astrologer, Priscilla, has the book, and she sent me pictures of it. And I've seen them online, too. It's fascinating. All these continents are just named. 51 bread and circuses. Yep. Mm-hmm. So let me see something. So what else is going on, guys? Trying to tear through this stuff. One sec, guys. Nas Confuden, Admiral Byrd. I've never gotten into Admiral Byrd. I know of Admiral Byrd, and I know a lot of people say that there's information that debunks Admiral Byrd, but then a lot of people believe in Admiral Byrd, and that's what they do. Because if they can't, what they're going to do is if they can't disprove the astrotheology that I teach, then what's coming in the future for me is they're going to put out a lot of disinformation so it becomes harder to find my actual information. That's what's going to come in the future. Speak of ice walls, this channel. I'm not too familiar with the depth of ice walls. It's a ring around the planet, though. It seems like the pine cone is something from significant as Sumerian people had it as well. It's the pineal gland because it looks like a pine cone. That's the seat of the soul. That's how we connect to spirit, Allah, God, whatever you want to call it, Sheik. That's how we do it. People who have their pineal glands removed, they don't end up being able to dream anymore. And a lot of them have problems in life. That's where the DMT comes from. Questions, fear or different variations of flat earth trending on YouTube? I don't know what the shape of the world is, and I don't care. I really don't. I've seen all sorts of different things. People make all sorts of compelling comment. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But there was a video made that I've shared before that explains the black sun. I'll have to find it for you guys. The pine cone is related to Allah's mercy and blessings. The pine cone is the pineal gland. Well, we can't go down there, South Pole, so it means they're hiding something there. Yes. Oh, I meant this channel speaks of ice walls listed above. Oh, sorry, AA, my bad. Minds of Men, pine cone. Interesting. Fluoride calcifies your pineal gland. I drink distilled water for this reason. Rita, you're right. It does. That's why they put it in toothpaste. That's why they put it in water. And then they tell you it's to protect your teeth. How much fucking protection do your teeth need? Before they fluoridated, Hitler was the first to fluoridate the water. He did it to make the population docile. Before they did that, were people just walking around without teeth? No, right? In fact, RFK Jr. wants to remove the fluoride out of the water. He talked about the pineal gland recently in a video, and he understands this stuff. He does. But the one thing he didn't do was talk about the toothpaste. He says, we don't need it in the water, we have it in toothpaste. No, RFK, you need it out of everything. Out of everything. Order of the Black Sun. I'm talking about the physical black sun, not the order of the black sun. I'm talking about the black sun, which illuminates the moon, not the sun, the black sun. What's your opinion on alkaline water? 9.2 pH, 8 and such. Alkaline water is 2015. 2024 is hydrogen water. That's what you need, the hydrogen water. The reason people tell you alkaline water is good is because cancer cannot exist in an acidic body. I mean, cancer only exists in an acidic body. Now, you have the pH scale, right? So from 0 to 6.9999999 is acid. 7 is neutral. 7 is like water, for example. Your stomach acids that digest food are around a 2. From 7.001 all the way to 14, basic. It's alkaline. Dr. Sebi talks lots about it, and he used to talk a lot about it. In fact, Dr. Sebi almost had a documentary come out about his life, which would have really went to the masses, except it was completely funded and produced by Nipsey Hussle, and they killed him because of it, the rapper. So then Nick Cannon picked it up when he was done, that freaking stooge, and he freaking ruined it. I watched that video you shared, then I found Vibes of Cosmos, that YouTube channel actually goes off of all that video you shared. Free Spirit, which video are you talking about, by the way? What do you think about the Philippines? And it's great if you want a sex change. I don't know what you mean by that, HT5SS. Distilled water in Kubrick's film Dr. Strangelove. I didn't see Dr. Strangelove, although I do love Kubrick. He was killed because of Eyes Wide Shut, the movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Eyes Wide Shut in it showed a Rothschild house party. And if you ever go to Google and type in Rothschild house party 1970s, you will see the scene from Eyes Wide Shut. You'll see pictures. It's like everyone's wearing a mask. There's spirit cooking. It's disgusting. But yeah, he showed it. Amazon has little bodies to oxygenate your water. Cool. Very cool. You can also get a reverse osmosis water filtration system, Rita. It's only about $275 on Amazon. You just get a plumber to come and install it under your sink, and then suddenly your water is like crystally gold. It's delicious. Alex Jones used to sell them. Melissa Crocker. The video showing the disc Earth and the black sun. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that video that I sent. Yeah. I have it on my phone somewhere. Yes. Hi, Shannon. Or your son. Seen the movie as a child, a mindfuck for a kid in the 60s. Oh, I bet. The Doctor, I recognize the symbol that you have all the way on the left, but I cannot remember its name. What is the name of it? Gotta get rid of that. So for all the new people that are in, I always talk about I'm not going to talk about my books and my flash drives because I did that twice already today. But I have merch. I have a hoodie, I have a t-shirt, and I have a hat. And I'm not trying to burn your wallet here. The hoodie's $45, the shirt's $25, and the hat's $25. These aren't like $150 Gucci hoodies. I'm not trying to do that. I just want people to show their support. And this is another way you can. And if you go to Rebel Patriot Design, let me just find it. Hold on. I just put it in the chat. RebelPatriotDesigns.com. You'll find my stuff. Sheik says, if you dig deeper into the black nobility in the houses, or call them monarchs, you will get a lot of information. Sheik, I don't have many Muslim friends, and it's not from lack of trying, from the fact that everybody thinks I'm a heretic. If you don't, I'd be willing to let you come on my channel and share all this beautiful knowledge that you have. I don't think you have the whole picture. Fuck, I don't have the whole picture, to be honest with you. But I do think that you're not seeing, I mean, you did see my long astrotheology video, how it goes through everything. And I'm just wondering, what are your tenements, Cheek? What are your core beliefs, if you don't mind me asking? What are your core beliefs? He installed his own reverse osmosis, and a friend of mine got to get him back home to install ours. Don't drink tap water ever. Ever, ever, ever. Don't drink it to take medicine. Don't. The Necronomicon. Oh, now we're going to talk about H.P. Lovecraft. I haven't gotten that. Oh, you're talking about the symbol. Yes, that's where I saw it from, the H.P. Lovecraft Necronomicon. Fantastic. I got to go through that one day. Is the Antichrist one person or many? HT5SS, let me let you in on a little secret here. The Antichrist is literal Christianity. I believe this. Santos Bonacci believes this. Many other people believe this. Jordan Maxwell believed this. The Antichrist is literal Christianity. Because you're supposed to elevate above it and see the spiritual and wonders of these holy texts. Taking it literally is the Antichrist. It's against enlightenment. Necronomicon, have a first copy gifted to me in 77. I was -6 in 77, the Doctor. Fantastic, though. Yeah, my best friend John has a copy of the Necronomicon. H.P. Lovecraft was a very interesting dude. I'd have to go there and see what it is. I feel like my girl, Lucy, has read it, though, but I might be wrong. After all the research, I think the show is run by aliens. Look into Homo capensis, Sheik, and let me know what you think. In Egypt, the elongated skull people. They're still around. Yes, because they take the Christ out of you. Christ is wishing. Yeah. Within, yep. So what else is going on, guys? Oh, hold on a minute. Keep coming up with comments and questions. Let's talk. My family says I'm not saved because I don't sit in church. Shannon, I don't think I've seen you here before. How did you find my work? What do you think of my work? Your family says you're not saved because I don't sit in church. My best friend for almost 30 years was a born again Christian. The second I started talking about this stuff, it was like we never had a friendship. Everybody wants to think the same way. The first thing they'll tell you when you join any religion, Jew, Christian, or Muslim, is that there is an external savior and you need to pray or you're going to get in trouble. The last thing a religious institute will ever tell you, even though in the Bible Jesus says the kingdom of God is within, the kingdom of heaven is within, the last thing they will tell you is to look inside. Or Peter Lavanda is Simon. I'm not sure who those are. 100% why many Christians are against meditation, yoga, anything that relaxes your mind, body, or soul. Absolutely. They want to keep you in fear. They want to keep you in your lower chakras. They want to keep you in your lower chakras. They'll call meditation, yoga, anything. They'll call that New Age. I talked about this earlier. What is New Age? All the shit that you just mentioned, meditation, yoga, everything else, predates the Bible and religion, or the Abrahamics at least. Everything predates the Abrahamics. So how is it New Age? It's a buzzword Christians have that make their cocks feel good, but it's not true, and it makes them sound like fucking idiots. God is not in a temple made by hands. Show them that verse in the Bible. Exactly. The book of Thomas, the Gnostic gospel. Split a piece of wood and I'm there. Turn over a stone and you'll find me. Lo, not here, not there. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. And then they'll dance around it and never give you the honest truth about it. The way I understand it to be, all religions personify the sky. The stuff in the sky do have an effect on us. People take all of these stories literally. God, Satan are a part of us, higher, lower frequency. Solar flare. First of all, I absolutely love your little profile pic here, because I feel like that's what I'm going to look like in 15 years. But secondly, you're 100% correct. These are all metaphorical stories people are taking literally and fighting over who's right. Who is free spirit? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Cheek. Your podcast popped up because content I watch. All right, Shannon. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I don't actually have a podcast. You realize this isn't a podcast. Notice it's not the Micah Dank show or any of that kind of bullshit. This is me talking with you guys and coming up with some stupid headline. Come get gnosty before you go back to work tomorrow. Like, what is that? That's just me. So many thoughts, don't know what to think anymore, so tired. Hi, Micah. Hey, Corinne. Hey, Corinne. Truly, Micah, the love and light crew. Yep. Jeanette says, I do charity stuff. My sister don't, but she says I'm not going to heaven because I don't go to church. And she does. God just wants you to be a good person. She says, no, he wants you to worship him. Next time somebody tries to tell you this kind of stuff, turn to them and say, you know what? You do look like the kind of person that needs to be told what to do, and see what they do. Say that exact sentence to them. My avatar is from a Canadian show. Forget about it. Good humor. Yeah, dude looks pretty funny. He's got those big eyebrows like I do too, and that beard. I don't smoke though. But I am going to look like that in 15 years, Solar Flare, so thanks for the reminder. And thank you for being here. Like the lamp oil referenced in the Bible, our spinal fluid goes from the bottom to the top, aka pineal gland, where these dinks want to calcify. You guys are on point. Absolutely. I told my nephew the Bible was not written as secular history. Good. Remember, guys, the Bible cannot be the claim and the proof. It can't. That doesn't happen in law. That doesn't happen in court. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Where the claim is the proof. I will. Oh, Jeanette. First of all, Jeanette, are you Jeanette modified, or are you a different Jeanette? Secondly, you tell her that, and you let me know what she says. They will go apeshit. Please let me know next time do this. Let me know what they say. The only way to figure out and confirm all these theories is to become one. Start with becoming a Freemason. I am one. I'm a 32nd degree. Now, do you think I'm telling their secrets? I'm not. In fact, most of the Freemasons have no idea the kind of work that I'm doing. To be perfectly honest with you. And a lot of them aren't happy with me. But I don't give a shit. Laughing. Thank you, the doctor. I try and be funny for you guys, too. Can you see the Antichrist being AI? A non-sentient being capable of thinking? The Christos, living waters, lives with the human as... Okay, Derek, let me pose this to you then. Because they want to transfer consciousness into these beings, what then? The idea of transferring your consciousness into... Do you know why they want... Do you guys know the reason why they want you to merge with machines and put your consciousness in a machine? I'm going to tell you why. There's one reason. It's because all they will do is tax you forever. But when you die, they can't make money off you anymore. So if they can get rid of death and you'll stay alive, it'll keep the machine going. That's why I'm so hopeful with this administration, even though they're probably going to let me down, that they might actually abolish the Fed and do all this stuff. But we'll see what happens. I keep getting told by my Christian friends that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior and he's coming back soon. I disagree. He's been coming back forever. Remember, guys, the external Savior. He's always coming back to save. No. In fact, do you know what the word Lord means? Lord is a 13th century word. At the same time that Geoffrey Chaucer came out with the Canterbury Tales, which many of you have probably read in college or high school. Lord is a 13th century word, which means loaf giver. The Lord was the person who would divvy out the bread to everyone. That's what Lord means. Now check this out. You have Lord, the bread giver, and you have Christ, which is Christos, which is oil. Right? You have Lord and Christos. Congealed Christos is called lard. Lard is a 13th century word too, and it's tied into the word Lord. These aren't... Etymology matters. The root of every word and every symbol that you see, right? The root of all of that, what it actually is at its root, is where the power lies. So when I do Illuminati hand symbols and I show you what this means, or this means, or this means, or this means, or any of that kind of stuff, I'm taking away the fear. How did you quit smoking? Nicotine pouches help a lot. And I talked earlier about how you should be taking nicotine anyway, right? I talked earlier about how you should be taking nicotine anyway, because it has health benefits. You have nicotine receptors in your body and your brain. Think about, you put a patch on, or You take a pouch like I do. I usually have a pouch, and it helps with a lot of things. It's helping with the problem. It's helping with the problems with this. It's helping with the problems with a bunch of things. My girl Lucy, we started dating, and I quit smoking for her. I'd smoked for 30 years. I smoked Marlboro Menthol Light 100s, and I was up to about 2 packs a day until I came down here, and I quit cold turkey for her. I owe her that. She's very, very important to me, and I wasn't going to let her get away. So you just need the right motivation. That's all it really is. And to be honest with you, you're not going to miss it when you start breathing better and you taste things better and all that stuff. And you don't have to spend $12 a day on a pack of cigarettes, or $24 if you smoke 2. It's crazy. Micah, if I was honest with these Trumpers here in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, wreck their sugar high, they would punch me. I'm hopeful. But again, I don't vote. I didn't vote for Trump. I haven't voted. I woke up after Obama's second term when I realized what a piece of shit he was, and I started figuring all this stuff out. That woke me up. Again, don't look for a savior don't look for an external savior. Save yourself. I'm not talking like that to you, doctor. I'm just saying is that keep the extremists at bay. I believe there is no hell or heaven. Hell and heaven is within us. And I think there are other dimensions that we can be in. That's right. The Jews don't believe in heaven, and the Jews don't believe in hell. That doesn't make them right. I'm just saying is that, like, Christians will spend their lives monitoring their own thoughts, and if they get a bad thought in their mind, it's the devil, or I have to pray it away. And they're always worried about their salvation for heaven. They've been robbed of the beauty of life. They've been robbed of the ability to go out into nature and gnosis. And they're kept in a box, and they want everyone else in that box too, because they don't want to be the ones that are wrong. If you are a Mason, won't they take you out if you tell secrets? I don't share secrets. I share my own work. I don't talk about the stuff there. In fact, I don't really even go there much. I have some really good friends, and it helped me quit drinking too. You know, I have some positive experiences from there, and I know what they teach, but I also teach my stuff there, and I piss a lot of people off, but it's not like I'm letting out the secrets. It's not what I do. I'm just a public figure that talks about this stuff. Yes, nicotine is really good for you. In moderation, correct. Just like everything else. Lamp oil, there is a basin. The wick is your spine and the flame is your pineal gland. I like that. Dig and gum. Nicotine is a cure for the big C. For the big V is what you mean to say. Thank you for your quitting info. I'm going to do it. Good. Okay, so they have little pouches that you can get at 7-Eleven called Zyn, Z-Y-N. They come in 3 or 6 milligrams. And they have other different ones that are coming out too. But it's hard, and sometimes I miss it. But you don't want to... Once you're out of it, it's like people that quit alcohol. It's like, I'm not going back into it. It's that sort of thing. And you can do it, Melissa. Just saw you were live, coming late to the party. Glad to be here. Hey, real happy for you that you quit. Thank you, Arthur. Arthur with the Vitruvian Man picture is from Singapore. Thank you, Arthur. Happy that you have someone cool. I do. She's the best. True, Corinne. We create our heaven and hell with our minds. Correct. It's funny because in reality, hell would be a cold place, not a hot place. Inverno, right? Devoid of everything. Think of real life. People crave warmth, not winter. Exactly. They tell you in the Bible, hell, right? There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Well, when the fuck do you gnash your teeth? In when the cold or in the hot? See, nobody asks these simple questions. I thought you were a Micah, married Micah. Perhaps you got divorced. I did. We discussed this months ago. Um, Long story, but it's been a ride for the last 2 years. Corinne. Micah, what's your view on angels being thoughts? Messengers of God equals thought. God is within us. Our thoughts can come from above. Bad thoughts, fallen angels. We get all bad thoughts often. Let me ask you a question, Solar Flare. A thought enters your mind and you don't like it. And then your mind reacts negatively to your thought. Well, where did that original thought come from? Are you just fighting with yourself? No, you're tapped into a stream of consciousness. And that's basically the idea. Things come at you, and you're supposed to learn how to control your thoughts. When you learn how to control your thoughts, porn doesn't work on you anymore, propaganda doesn't work on you anymore, and you're free. You're free to be yourself. That is an interesting thought about the angels and demons, although the angels and the demons do exist, and they do exist interdimensional. There's a character limit, so I try to put a lot of info in a few words. I say you did a good job, Solar Flare. Good for you, bro. Thank you. I haven't smoked for 38 years. You pretty much detest it once you quit. It gets easier. It does. I swear to God, it gets easier, just like everything else. It just comes to a point where you just don't want to be a slave to chemicals or a slave to something like that. You want to actually be able to control your own avatar. IPA is still a thing with me, beer. Listen, to each his own. Just because I don't drink doesn't mean none of you guys shouldn't drink. But do it in moderation. Don't let it take over your life. Thank you, Micah. You're welcome, Arthur. I missed the divorce part of your story. I see. Glad you're with someone new and good. Yeah, my life is incredible right now. So I'm going to go because it's been an hour and a half, but I just wanted to share this again. Hold on. No, what did I do? Here we go. If you go here and you scroll to the bottom to the new stuff, you'll get those 3 links right there. That's my merch. And guys, if any of you want to reach out to me or you have any comments or anything, or you didn't want everyone to see your thought and you just want to talk to me one-on-one, into the rabbit hole series at gmail.com. Okay? Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow.